Okay, so let's begin. If you have any questions or you cannot hear my voice in a good manner during the webinar, please let me know and I will stop and repeat the things that was not clear. Okay, so today in this webinar, we will present Artemis, the new trading platform presented by Blue Sky Binary. I would like to stress that this is a trading platform created by traders for traders. And this is something that we will discuss in a bit later, but this is a trading platform created by traders for traders. It's not created by brokers, it's not created by affiliate marketers. Now, I'm just going to leave this on for 10 seconds. This is an important risk disclaimer that you should read before we proceed. Okay, and with this out of the way, let's get into the presentation. In today's presentation, we will discuss we'll give first some background information on Blue Sky Banner and the project. Then we will discuss about what is Artemis exactly. Then we will go about the initial setup of Artemis. Then we will go inside Artemis and have a look inside the platform. Then we will end up with a summary and then a Q&A. Now, some background information. Blue Sky Binary is a BONFX education and training group that was created in 2014 by traders and not affiliate marketers. The goal has always been to educate traders and help them navigate the BONFX landscape profitably. And one constant thing, the same thing that we got to see during all this time, and was both apparent in BONFX, was that the nature of brokers and that there was an inherent conflict of interest in trading. So most of the times a trader is trading against the broker, right? So this was something that we've seen throughout the years, and this is something that is constant in BONFX. And this is something that was creating a lot of issues and has created a lot of issues inside the industry. Now, and this was something that we've been trying to fight against. Now, the whole journey started with the BSB Academy, where Blue Sky Binary had started in order to educate users and allow them to make money while trading, giving them a fair shot against brokers. Then came Signal Hive, offering quality signals, causing a lot of losses to brokers, and all the people that have been members of Blue Sky Binary or Signal Hive remember what happened last year with Binary.com. Then the next thing that Blue Sky Banner did was creating the Binary Bears YouTube channel, and that was actually trying to inform traders on industry news and risks and how to avoid them. And then after all the above, Blue Sky Banner tried to turn to FX, and they created Blue Sky Banner FX, Trader University, and also Melissa, the algorithm that you see taking different trades inside Signal Hive FX. And now next step for Blue Sky Binary is Artemis, which will be the focus of this webinar. Now, what is Artemis? Artemis is a revolutionary trading platform that will connect to a range of BO and FX brokers and allow traders to engage the market in a safer and higher win rate manner. You should know that Artemis is not a broker, and I want to stress that out, but it connects to some of them. At first, the beta version, there is option to connect to Binary.com and Opti24.nl, which is the Dutch leading company. Then to follow shortly will be ETX Binary, which is under the ETX Capital brand, which is an FCA regulated brand. And Artemis white label will also be the official trading platform for Spectre. Now, a lot of you might wonder, why is Artemis revolutionary? Why do you think that it's revolutionary? Now, I have 8 reasons here that we were going to go into details during the remaining of the webinar. First, it's built by traders for traders. It's not built for brokers. This is the thing. It's not built by brokers. It's not built for brokers to make money. Nothing. It's built by traders for traders. So Blue Sky Binary took the same approach that has been taking so far at everything that they've been doing, which is basically to try to help the traders trade in a fair environment. This is what the Blue Sky Binary has been trying to do, and this is the goal of Artemis. And then Artemis has deep trader analytics, has an early warning engine when a trader tries to make a mistake or something that will have a lot of risk for them. It warns the trader. It has an emotion control engine. It gives the ability for a user to set a pending order. Then there's also the community factor. So we'll see that when we go inside Artemis. So you can trade, you have information about what others are trading, so you get more ideas about their performance and also how you rate against them, and also how you could learn from what they're doing. And then you also have trade ideas and senior trader commentary. So inside the platform, you get ideas, you get opportunities are presented to you that you could trade. And last but not least, there is also picto trading available, which will be coming very shortly, and it's not part of beta version. Now, let's discuss first about the initial setup. Now, this is a very important thing, and setting up Artemis, which remember is a trading platform, happens upon the first sign-in. Upon the first time that you sign in inside Artemis, you need to set up your platform. It is a very important process that you cannot get around. Of course, all the settings can be changed afterwards at any point in time, but remember, this is a trading platform. In order for it to operate, you need to connect a demo or live account to it. So you need to have preferably a demo account at first, but you need to have a demo account with binary.com or Opti24.nl in order to start trading inside Artemis. Okay, if you don't have that, then you won't be able to use it because you won't be able to get past the first step, which is setting up the Artemis. Okay, and setting up Artemis is a 10-step process, but it's a quick one, but it is necessary for you to do it. So the first very basic step, the moment you log in for the first time, you are asked to choose your language. At first, it's only going to be English and Dutch, but then we will add to those languages, with German being one of the first to come. The second step is setting up your trading account. Now, as we discussed, Artemis is going to be both for BO and FX, but at first it starts off with BO, with binary options, and first only with binary.com and Opti24.nl. So here in this example, you see that I've selected binary options, binary.com. This will be my primary trading platform, and as you all are aware, in order to connect your binary.com account, you need to have an API token that you can find directly inside your binary.com account if you have a demo account. But if you have a live account, you can just click here, generate API token, and this will connect to your live account and auto-complete this section. Okay, so it's very easy to do this, but I suggest you start off with a demo account. Next step is the risk management options. Now, this is very important. This is very important for you. A lot of different templates have been created inside Artemis, and for low risk, medium risk, or high risk, and this is one of them. This is called freestyle. Basically, in this template, you get to choose exactly all the different settings that you want to have when you're trading. So you can see here, you have a daily stop loss, which is here is set to 10. So basically, this is the maximum number of losses that you can have in one day. The maximum number of wins, so daily win stop of 20. Remember, when you're actually trading, you have emotions both when you're winning and when you're losing. You don't want to become overconfident and then you're gonna start losing money, because it's gonna start affecting your judgment. But even if you start losing too much money, then you don't want to be going after the trade. You don't want to be going to a mode of revenge trading and start losing more and more. So these two settings here, right here, help you. And basically, this means that when you reach these two numbers, then you get to stop trading for this amount of hours that you're setting here. Okay, and the same thing happens when you get a streak count. So basically, when you reach 5 wins or 7 wins or whatever number you put here, then because you become overconfident and emotions, as discussed, is a big part of it, then you get to be you are timed out, you are locked out from trading, and you will see what that means for 1 hour, so that you don't trade again, so that it in a way it protects you from hurting yourself. Here you have the maximum allocation in percentage terms for a single trade in your account. This is set to 10%, for example. This is too high, but this is just for the purposes of of showing this to you. Maximum number of open positions. This is 5. So basically, you can only have up to 5 open positions at any time. Anything more than that, then the system just won't allow you to take it. Minimum payout, 60%. This is basically because when you're trading BO, you get certain, depending on the time of day and on the pair and expiry or whatever, you're offered a different payout from the broker. Then here you can set the minimum amount that you will accept in order to take a trade. Here's set to 60%. Maximum drawdown per day. This is a maximum drawdown on your account per day in percentage terms. So in one day you cannot lose more than 20%. So whatever of those come in first, or daily daily stop loss or maximum drawdown per day, or this maximum allocation and maximum open position. So it's the combination of all those is gonna block you from trading when you reach one of those. Okay. Maximum drawdown per week. Again, it's a similar concept, but not for in the day, but during the week. So in 1 week, here I have entered that I cannot lose more than 50% of my total account, and maximum drawdown per month. So here I cannot lose more than 70% of the account. So this, what this does is actually when any of these parameters is met, then here is what happens. Basically, you are locked out from your account. Your trading is no longer, your trades are no longer being accepted. This is here happening because of my daily stop loss account. My daily stop loss limit was hit. Here, so you see trading blocked. I'm no longer able to see the trading window. I cannot trade. And here also disappears. So for this period of time, I'm not able yet to take a trade. There's a trading block inside Artemis that stops you from taking a trade. So that is why it's really important to fill out all these fields properly and after giving it a really good thought. Of course, you can change all these, as it says here, after 7 days. Okay, so once every 7 days you can change this. And this again in order to protect yourself. Moving on, trade ideas. Inside Artemis, you get to see a lot of patterns that come up in the various charts. So patterns means trading patterns, chart patterns that get identified by blue sky binary algorithms and are presented to you. A lot of you are should be familiar with all these names, and all these names here, all these different opportunities appear inside Artemis, and you can interact with them and get those ideas uploaded on your chart, and then trade with them. Okay, trade according to them. So we will go into the details as we go inside the product afterwards. But here you can select which ones you want to be seeing and which ones you don't want to be seeing. Okay, Blue Sky Binary in theory suggests that you start with all of them on, and then as you go, you start removing the ones that don't apply to you or you don't like how they perform. Okay, this is up to you. Privacy settings. As we said, Artemis has a community factor inside it. Okay, so here you get to choose whether you want your positions, the trading positions that you take, whether you're winning or losing a trade, whether you're setting up a pending order, or whether you're on a streak, or when you are actually looking at a certain set trade idea, or when you log in, you choose whether all these actions appear in the feed that's at the top of your trading window. So for example, here we see that admin is looking at a breakout. This user just lost a trade on Euro AUD, and this user placed a pending order in USD JPY. So you get to see what's going on in the community, okay? And you yourself can choose whether you want your actions to be broadcasted or not, okay? The next part is called performance. So basically, because Artemis is monitoring your whole performance, then you get to choose whether you want to have a report being sent to you on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Okay, this is a report that is very useful, and this is the report that you will be getting. So basically, you will be getting information on the volume you're trading, on the ITM, and on the return on the investment you're making over time periods: last 30 days, last 7 days, and last day. Yesterday. So basically, yesterday is for those of you that choose to have emails being sent to you on a daily basis. Okay. So here you see how you have performed and also how the community has performed, and you can draw comparisons. Next step, seventh step, your profile settings. Here you get to choose your name. You have to input your email account, the time zone, and also choose your avatar. Your avatar will appear next to your profile and also inside the community when you interact with them. There are many cool characters here that you can choose from, and we would suggest that you go through all of them, or you could also upload your own picture. Chart settings. Now, we will see how this works when we're inside the platform, but basically, Blue Sky Binary gives you the opportunity here to add up to 8 currency pairs that will be easily accessible once you are inside the platform. This doesn't mean that the other currency pairs will not be, but those 8 pairs will be available to you a lot easier, and we will show you during the presentation later on how you could use that. And here you get to choose whether the chart theme should be dark, so dark background, or a white background. Okay, you get to choose that here. So in this case, I've chosen 6 currency pairs here, and then we will see how that looks inside Artemis. Next step is audio settings. Basically, because there are a lot of different actions happening in the system that you do and also that others are doing, you get to select here whether you want to be hearing the sounds when each of all these things happen or not. Okay, it's up to you which one you choose on and off, and it's for a better or worse trading experience. You get to choose that. And last but not least, trade credits. So Artemis, when you start Artemis for the first time, you have 100 trade credits for free. So you get to trade up to 100 times for free. Okay, but those 100 trades, there's 100 trade credits. As you trade, they get reduced, and at some point you will need to top up. So inside the account settings, you will get to choose one of these packages and make a purchase. What this will do is, on the top, you will have a live meter where you can actually monitor how many credits you have available, and once you are close to 0, then you can top up. Okay, so at the top you have a live meter that starts with 100 credits and gets reduced. Now, having set up your account, you're ready to begin with Artemis and start hunting for opportunities. Let's log in. I'll need to shut down this and open my browser. So here we are. Let me just close this. Okay. The first thing that you notice when you're inside Artemis is a trading chart. Here. It sits in the middle of your screen and it takes up most of the space in it. This is how it should be with a trading platform. The chart in the middle of the screen, and next to it, in a very simple way, should be the trading panel. All the other features of Artemis are built around these items. I would like you to note that at the top right of each panel, here, 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 and here, and also here and here, you see question marks that offers details about the said panel. This is very important and it will help you a lot while you are going through Artemis. Now let's start the tour from the top. At the very top you see the balance of the account you have connected to Artemis. Then you have the name of the broker here with which you have set up your account. In this case you can see that this is a binary.com account, and more specifically a demo binary.com account. Next you can see the current time in the platform, and afterwards is where it starts to get interesting. You have the live meter here, which shows how many trade credits you have still available. Here, for me, for example, here it says I have 48 trade credits available. Please remember that starting Artemis you get 100 trade credits free, meaning you can take 100 credits at no cost, but afterwards you will need to purchase one of the trade credits packages. The next thing that we see is the early warning engine, also called EWE. This is one of the AI components inside Artemis, and it requires to learn from 50 of your trades in order to offer warnings to you while you trade. The more you trade, the more it learns your trading habits, and the more it can warn you from taking trades that the past has shown that involve more risk to you. As a result, when you're about to take a trade, there will be a warning popping up to you saying that, for example, based on your past performance when trading the pair you're about to trade or the type of trade you're about to take, then the ITM has been X%, and we'll see such an example later on. Moving more to the right, you have the account settings. Here, this link, which opens up a pop-up, which is similar to the one that we just went through when you're setting up your account. And here in this page, you can edit also any selection that you've done during the setup process and you are not happy with at the moment. Next one is resources. This is a very, very important link, and I would like to turn your attention to it. This here contains two very important links. A link to help, which is basically an FAQ section that has a lot of the questions that you may already have are answered in here. So please take your time to go over these. And also it has another link called videos here, where you will find videos here on the trading ideas that come up at the top left of Artemis here, and that we will be going over soon, this place here. So all here you can see videos about how to trade, the different trade ideas that come up here. Next, as we move to the right, you have the logout button, and then afterwards you have your avatar and your name. Here you have the feed with all the activity that is taking place inside Artemis. As discussed during the setup process, inside privacy settings, you can, here, inside privacy settings, here, you can select whether you want some of your actions, like taking a trade, setting a pending order, etc., to be broadcasted to the community. This is the place here where all the messages appear. Now let's move on to the main part of the screen and go over the different panels available to you. Starting from the top left, you have the trade ideas. These are opportunities that are identified to you real time and are based on market analysis that is done and taught inside Blue Sky Binary. So here you will find all the indicators that we discussed during the setup process. Please note that A, you can edit the ones that appear if you go to the corresponding tab inside your settings. You can find more information about them upon clicking on them, or by just going other resources or videos. So basically, if I just click on recoil, I get to see information about the recoil indicator. And if I click video, the video will play on recoil. Then when I click to the chart icon here, I won't do this at the moment because the market is not live. So basically when I click on the chart icon here, then that opportunity is going to show up, load up here with USD CAD as a pair with a proper time frame, and I'll be able to filter it, to study it and then filter it and choose whether to take it or not. And I would like to stress that a blue background means here beneath each of the trade idea. A blue background means that the opportunity may still be viable, but a gray background means that it has now passed. As you see, all these opportunities, because the market is now closed, have passed. And just to show you how this would look, here, blue background and gray background. Moving downwards, you have the senior trader commentary panel. In this panel, you will see comments made by senior traders identifying and commenting on additional opportunities as they search the market real time. So here, during that date and time, you got this opportunity here with all these comments, okay? The way to treat this recommendation is to first go over them, then load up the corresponding chart here and try to identify the opportunity yourself. The next step will be to try to study the opportunity, checking the different time frames, and only proceed and take the trade using the panel at the top right after the price reaches the level that you think is fit. The thing is the best for you to take the trade. Okay, so don't take any opportunity of these for granted. Study them and then decide whether you want to take the trade or not. Now let's see how you can take the trade. This is very simple. Let me just move this here. So first, you need to make sure that you have selected the proper currency pair at the top left panel of the panels here. It's very important to have select here the proper currency pair that you want to trade. Okay. Then you just need to click whether you're going to choose up or down, and whether if you don't want to take the trade right now, but you want to set up a pending order, then you can click upon this image here and open a pending order. The reason now, okay, you see the early warning engine here coming up, telling me that my item for type freestyle is 0%. So similar to this, you will be seeing an EWE warning. But the reason why I click now on pending order, not on trade itself, is because right now the markets are closed and I cannot actually take a trade. But what I can do is actually set up a pending order in theory. And I would like to tell you that the normal trade window is very similar to what you're seeing right now, but it doesn't include a couple of the options that we're seeing. So now let's go over what we are seeing right now, which is actually how you can add the pending order. Okay, you have the asset on top. Here you can enter the price at which you want to actually take the trade. So let's say, assuming that you were seeing this here right now and you want to take the opportunity for a sell at around this price here, let's say, to make it so that everything is clear, let's say you want to take a sell at 1.4725, then you just go on add the pending order. You put in here the price 1.4725. Spot is the price right now, the current price. This will show you the distance in pips. Here this is calculated. Then you can select the expiry of your trade. You can select after how many minutes, this pending order will be active. So if I put 60, then if the price is reached after 60 minutes, then this pending order will have closed immediately by itself. Then I can select, since this is a pending order, whether I want it to execute immediately, or if I want to receive an email about it, or if I want to have an on-screen alert. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pending order, but it can be an alert or an email if the price reaches that point. And then here I can allocate the size of the trade. And under type, I can type in, as you see here, the moment I put in, what is the opportunity that I'm trading right now. So if it's a freestyle, means that it can be anything. like you're trading freestyle, but actually you can put in all the different strategies that you're trading. So if you are trading battleground or macro channel surfer, in this case, for example, by the way, this is this wouldn't be a macro channel surfer, but I'm just saying, if you're trading macro channel surfer, you can just put in here macro channel surfer, and all this information here. First of all, you see the early warning engine updating, but actually what you also see is that that information here of this trade is going to be captured and processed later on for these warnings to appear, but also for your analytics that you will see later on. Okay, and you just click on sell, this button, and you click on save, and then once you do that, your pending order has been added successfully, and here it is. It's for you. It's waiting for you here at the bottom panel that we will go through very soon. So I'm opening this thing again just to let you know that when you're trying to take a trade in when the markets are open, then you will see a very similar window to this one, but the fields that will not be appearing will be the entry at here, because you will actually have the spot price, which will be the price that you will be getting into. Then and after here, this field won't appear because the trade is going to be taken immediately, so there's no need for this field, and also no need for the action field. So everything else should be the same. You can just select the direction and click on save, and then once you do that, if you take a normal trade, then this will appear under positions here. And if you're creating a pending order like we did, it will be created under pending orders. Now let's discuss each of these blocks. So under positions, here you can see the latest trades that you have taken. So for example, here I can see the latest trades that I've taken in the last 48 hours, if I'm okay. No, 72 hours then it should be. And I still see here that 1 day ago, I took a 5-minute expiry trade, AUD CAD. It was a cold trade. This was the entry price, and it has expired and has lost. So I get to see all this here, okay? All the positions that I've recently closed, I can see them all here. And below this, I see all the pending orders that I've taken, okay, that are waiting to be executed. Now, if I don't want to, if I want to delete this pending order, I don't want it to be viable anymore, I can just click on delete. And I'm just removing this pending order. Okay, it's very easy. And the same thing with happens when I want to trade I want to close the trade earlier. So there will be an X here that will allow me to close the trade earlier. Okay, so this is with the positionings and pending orders. Now let's move on to the main area, that is the chart here. The chart has Bollinger Bands, an RSI indicator pre-uploaded for you, as these are some main tools that you should have preloaded on your charts when you're studying the price. But anything can be customized on this chart according to your needs. So basically, you can add studies. All the popular studies are here, but you have also tools at your disposal like Fibonacci, and everything else that you may need are here. Okay. So this is one more thing that is good with Artemis. You can do your analysis with all the trading tools that you need here, and also take your trade in a very easy manner at the same place, at the same window, browser window, without you having to go to another window or to another software or anything. So this is something that simplifies trading for you. You have all the information here available to you immediately. You don't have to switch windows. Now, let's see a few things now that you can, a few extra functionalities on the chart. First of all, we saw that clicking here is a way for you to add the pending order. But another way is this one that's described here. Press and hold A and click on the chart to add pending order. So if I have, right now I'm pressing on A and then I'm just clicking the button, then here on EuroCAD, At this price, which is the price that I clicked on, the level that I clicked on, a pending order window will open up and it will ask me to complete it. Okay, so again, 8, save, sell, let's say. And you see the moment that I set the pending order, here I see the limit. I see the level where I placed the pending order. Okay. Apologies for this. Okay, so moving on, there's the plus icon. Remember that when we set up the account, we chose up to 8 charts. Those charts appear here. So the moment you click on plus, you get all those assets that you have selected coming up here for you, available for you to quickly glance at. Okay? All the charts that you want come here. And you can, this is all the pairs that you have selected. And by clicking on minus, all the windows are closed. So it's very simple. Plus, so you get immediately trading windows that you can move around and see, look at the charts and look at the possibilities that you want. Or with the minus, everything gets disappeared. The next one is here is you can maximize the chart. So what you were seeing there, you can maximize it, and you can take again, you can use all the trading tools available to you. And this takes you to the settings area. We can actually select the pairs, and also you can select the theme. So if I go for a light theme, in theory, now this should reload, and you will get everything in white. And here you can select all the different pairs, and you see the moment you change one pair, here this gets updated as well. And here you can select the different expiries, the different time frames that you want. Okay, so everything is available to you. Now, as a final step, let's look into the analytics section of Artemis. Here. This is available to you here, and this section here gives you a very quick snapshot of your performance in these 3 key metrics that we went over before: ITM, ROI, and volume for today, the last 7 days and the last 30 days. This information will help you keep yourself in check and trade sensibly, which is one of the main reasons why Artemis has been built for. But this small block here, this is just the surface. Upon clicking on the list here, here's where it actually gets interesting. Here you have a snapshot of your performance in comparison to the community here on all the metrics that you want. All the metrics are here in every period that you want. And also you can drill down by asset, time period, trade direction. So let's see, I've been so far quite terrible in both, but I'm in both calls and puts, but I've been a bit better with puts. Or I can see that based on the day of the week, since the beginning, these are my trade percentages for every day. And if I go to expiry, then I see my performance on each expiry. So this would tell me that I'm better in theory with end of day signals than I am with shorter time frames. So everything here is built up in order to give you information about the way you trade. Not only how you trade personally and individually, but also how you rate against the different members of the community. On the top, you still have the same information. What was the starting balance when you first connected Artemis to your account? What's the net gain or loss? What's the ROI? What is the ITM? How many trades you've taken? The drawdown? Everything is here. And of course, you can download the CSV. So for those who are interested in getting inside all the data, you can download the CSV with all the data that you have downloaded, that you have, with all the trades that you have taken. And here you can get a link that you can publish on the net that has all this information for you. Now, with this review of analytics, we close the tool inside Artemis, and before we move on to questions, and I won't keep you more waiting, I would just like to do a brief summary of what Artemis is. So basically, Artemis is a trading platform that connects to brokers. It's not a broker. Right now, it connects to BO brokers like binary.com and up24.nl. It is very important to use a demo account for the first 30 days at least. The public beta starts on the 6th of September 2017. You can register on this link. Here you'll be able to get access to Artemis, blueskybinary.com/Artemis. And the cost for the tool is the first 100 trades are free. Thereafter, the cost varies between 5 cents or 33 cents per trade, depending on the package that you choose, and only PayPal will be available first. And important tips, absolutely go over the tutorial once you first sign in and order the FAQ. This will help you a lot deal with any questions you may have. And with this, we go into the Q&A section, and I'm happy now to take your trade, to take any questions you may have. Okay, I'm starting to get some questions. What time frames of binary options can be used? Also, 1 minute. What time frames are the trade ideas for? Okay, the time frames that you can use are the ones that are offered by the brokers, and some of them do offer 1 minute, of course. And what time frames are the trade ideas for? The ideas are mainly for 5 minutes onwards. You won't get any trade idea for less than a 5-minute expiry. Next question, for Blue Sky members, do we need to buy credits too? The first 100 trades are free for everyone, but then the trades, then yes, you will need to buy according to every package you have, but you have 100 trades for free. There could be a chance that we'll have a discount for all BSB members, but for now, what goes is the first 100 trades that are free. Okay, so binary.com is the broker. What about MarketsWorld? MarketsWorld is no longer, is not available right now, but it could be in the future. Right now, they're updating their API, but it's not available right now. So that's why we haven't completed the integration with them for Artemis, but we have done so for Opti24.nl, which is a Dutch trader, the Dutch broker, and we've done the same for binary.com, and we will be soon doing this for ETX Binary. Hi, is it possible to set the max drawdown as a value instead of percentage? It will be in the future, but right now we are keeping it as a value, as a percentage of your total capital that you have, which will be that you have deposited, which should be very easy to compute. Okay, another good question. Hi Zio, good webinar. For the expiry, can we type the exact time we want, or are we limited to the available times in the dropdown? On the dropdown, First of all, thank you, Adi, for your comments. On the inside the drop down where you see the expiry, you will also have one option that says custom expiry, and there you can select the expiry that you want. A question: I don't understand the trade tokens. Why will we have to pay to put on a trade, and that will be on top of the subscription of the BSBTU and dashboard? Okay, this will be Clive. First of all, this is thank you for the question. First of all, this is a tool that it's although it's offered and developed by Blue Sky Binary, you don't have to be a member of the dashboard or of the BSBTU in order to subscribe to that. That is why you have the tokens, the trade credits. Now, remember, you can buy a package that can give you a cost up to 5 cents per trade, because the reason why there is a cost is basically because you get access to a lot of data, a lot of information that can help you with the trading. So there is a cost, there is a very small cost, but there is a cost there. If you are a BSB member, then you can approach us and then we can see what could happen with a discount. But for now, what it said is 100 trade credits are for free, and there is a small cost to pay per trade. One trade credit gives you one trade, just to be clear. Are the trades on a demo? 1 second. Are the trades on a demo account subject to the first 100 trades being free, after which we would have to pay for demo trades? Hi, Miles. Thank you for the question. Yes, the trades that are taken on a demo account have the same weight as the ones taken on a live account. So yes, every trade you take on a demo account it reduces that 100 limit. But since it's a beta version, after the first 100 trades are gone, and if all of them are gone on a demo account, we will of course give you 100 more. Okay, you can just contact us and we will do that. This is a beta version, this is a beta launch, and this is for you to try out the system and see how it goes. But after the first 100, you can top up if you want, or you can get in touch with us. Is it quicker to enter with Artemis a trade or longer than with the broker alone? Caroline, it will be about a split second or a second and a bit longer, because actually you have to do an API connection from Artemis to the broker. It will be 1 to 1.5 seconds slower, just to be clear. Pending orders, so auto execution does not mean that it will take automatically when the price is reached. Okay. Question from Yas. Pending orders. So auto execution does that mean that it will take automatically when the price is reached? Yes, and this will be available in beta version. So trading. So right now, from Wednesday onwards, pending orders will be available. Aside the pending order, do we have a price alert just like the dashboard tripwire? Adi, you can use the pending orders, but just have a notification to you being shown. So basically here, when you set up, when you set up a pending order, if you choose on-screen alert, then this will work exactly like you do on the tripwire inside the dashboard. Okay, this question is answered. 1 minute, I'm going through the questions. I think I've missed one. Maria Lisa, she's asking, is there a candle clock where can you see how much time is left in your 15-minute trade? At the moment, there is no. I think yes. It's if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to see here time remaining. Here it is. Here there is no clock, actual clock, but here you can see all the time that is remaining. Another question, can you have multiple brokers linked up to Artemis at one time? Yes, you can. So here, when you set up your account, I can add a new account. And as you see, so I'll go back 1 second because I want to show you something else. Here I go to edit it, and here I can choose whether it should be my primary trading account or not. So there afterwards I will be able to switch between the primary trading accounts, and that will be shown here, and I will be able to take the corresponding trades on that account. As this is a web-based application, in the event of app crashing, will Artemis lose settings? Okay, no, Artemis will not lose the settings, but if you're just to be clear, the only thing that can not happen is actually with your pending order. If you have set up a pending order and you are not inside the system when it happens, that's the only thing that can maybe influence. Someone's telling that Josh had informed me that Blue Sky Binary members get Artemis for free. I will need to check that with Josh, and I will need to check what is exactly, but the pricing that I'm aware of is 100 trades for free at first, and then you have to pay a small price. But again, we'll have to check that and let me know, and we will let you know how it goes. Maria Lisa, you can use your existing demo real account. You don't have to open a new account for this. During the pending order, do we have to be online before the order is taken or not? Yes, you have to be online in order for the trade to be taken. You have the choice now between binary.com and ETX. Binary.com is and Opti24.nl are available right now. ETX will be shortly available. But binary.com will be available the moment we start on Wednesday. Do you need a VPS for Artemis? No, you do not need a VPS for Artemis. You can, of course, you can use one if you want to, but there's no need because you can run it from the PC that you are actually used for trading. Either you need to wait until Wednesday and click on that link, and at Wednesday around at the end of the day GMT wise, so around 3 to 4 p.m. GMT wise, the link should be available for you to register. And of course, we will send out an email when that link is activated. Hi, thank you, Maria, for your comment, Maria Lisa. It is a trading. I agree with you. This is a trading platform that we believe, although it looks sophisticated because it gives you a lot of information, it's actually simple. It's actually simplified because you have the chart in front of you, and you can immediately, very easily take a trade. Now, the fact that you have trading ideas, you have analytics, this is something that can add to the whole process. Thank you for your comments. Just waiting to see if there are any more questions coming up. A question from Yas. Is there an option for custom indicators to be added in charting section? So here, no, there's no option for custom indicators right now. So the one that you can create for yourself, not at the moment, but in the future, and as we work more and more into this, then we will get a chance to do this. But for now, you have to deal with all the with the most popular indicators that are out there. A question from Maria. Do you have help for this? Maria, I don't know exactly what you mean, but if we have help, everything on the platform is, you can find information about it either the FAQ under resources or the question mark here. Also, the tutorial gives you a lot of information. Of course, there is a chat here that it will have a few rooms available where a member of the team will also always be available for you and to answer any questions you may have. And of course, you can always reach us. You know where to reach us to reach the Blue Sky Binary team. So help will always be available for you, but I don't know exactly the question or what you would need help on. Can you send the chart to people within the chat? No, you cannot do that. At first, you won't be able to interact with people directly in the chat. They will have to be in the common rooms, and there you will be able to place a screenshot of what you're saying. Yes, but for example, if I look at a chart from a trade idea, then if I have selected my privacy setting in such a way, then it will appear in the feed above. And I would just like to say for all the people from the Netherlands that the Dutch language is always also available for Artemis. Sorry, there is a question. Can I save the indicators for another day? And is it possible to make screenshots? Uh, I don't understand what you say, but if you can save the indicators for another day, if you mean if you can save your settings and it will be saved forever, then yes. Once you change your settings, then those will be available, will be the same the next time you log in as well. But I would not think why you would want to save an indicator for another day, like an opportunity. And it's possible to make screenshots not on the platform itself, but you can use trading tools. You can use not trading tools. You can use softwares like Giazo, for example, and take a screenshot. Last call for questions, everybody. Are you guys planning to convert this to a mobile app in the future? Yes, we're planning to do that, but please note that trading from your mobile phone is not a very wise decision because you have less space for you to look at charts and take a decision. So although we will be making some parts of it available, still we will not advise in trading from the app, from the mobile app or from the mobile phone. You need to have landscape. You need to be able to look at charts and take decisions. Okay, another question from Lois. Can you explain the crypto trades, please? Lois, crypto trading will be available in the next version, not in the beta version. Basically, in the crypto trading, you will be able to create a line. Let's say you're looking at this chart, for example. You will be able to create a line with your let's say here, with your mouse, and let's say I could draw a line here, and then when the price reaches or breaks that line, then this will be used as the entry level for a pending order, for an actual trade. So it will act as a pending order. So you will be able to draw lines and set that when the price reaches those lines, then you should take a trade will be taken in the directions you want. So it will be like a pending order, but it won't be at a limit at a level like it is right now at a set level, but that level will be changing based on the line that you have drawn. And this will not be available again in beta version, but it will be soon afterwards. You're welcome, Lois. Okay, last call for questions, everyone. Megaclis is asking, will the trade credits also apply to users of Spectre as well because of the integration or not? Thank you in advance. No, Megaclis, this here Spectre won't be available inside Artemis. So inside Artemis, you will not be available to, you will not be able to interact with Spectre, but Spectre will have a separate trading platform that will be based on Artemis. So it will be different colors, different everything. It will be a white label version of Artemis, and the trade credit system will not apply there. So this will be the trading platform. A white label version of Artemis will be the trading platform for Spectre, but you will not be able to connect your account here inside Artemis, inside this version of Artemis. Yes, the next step is ETX, and afterwards we will be going into FX. So I would say that FX is a good few months away, but not that far away, honestly. Okay, I see no further questions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send them over at support@blueskybinary.com or contact us inside or contact Blue Sky Binary team inside the Skype rooms. I would like to thank you all very much for attending this webinar, and you can send again all questions that you may have on support@blueskybinary.com. And this webinar has been recorded and will be available to you within the next couple of days. Have a nice weekend.